Hello everybody. Once again, welcome to Arranger's Analysis. What makes an arrangement interesting? Well, I feel that creativity is a huge part of it. I think everyone would agree. But you have to work on the idea of unity and variety. You have to balance between the two. Too much unity, it sounds boring. Too much variety, it's all over the place and people don't know quite where you're going. So always in an arrangement, I think it's a good thing to try to strike that balance. And especially on a tune like Tico Tico, it's something that gives you that kind of an opportunity because there's a lot of opportunity to create some interesting sounds. Now this was written in 1917 by the Brazilian composer Zequina de Abreu. It's been covered by hundreds of artists, including Ethel Smith on the Hammond organ. She sold 2 million copies of this thing, believe it or not, in the 1940s. It's covered by the Andrews Sisters, Carmen Miranda, Ray Conniff, even the Berlin Philharmonic with Daniel Barenboim a few years ago. Great arrangement of that. Liberace, Roger Williams, Henry Mancini, Les Paul, Mary Ford, Xavier Cugat, Ferrante and Teicher, incidentally with an orchestra directed by the great arranger Don Costa. So the tune has been around the block, people know it, people love it, and it's also been featured in many films during the last 60 years. It's been arranged for just about every conceivable combination, from solo piano to symphony orchestra to string orchestra to jazz band, concert band, big band, everything in between. It's been a lot of fun arranging this tune and to hear it recorded by the great Budapest scoring big band. Let's get started on some of the specifics to this particular arrangement. Rhythm-wise, it's essentially a samba, but there are also swing sections, there is also a chorale section in the middle, and then there's also more swing at the end. When we look at the melody of the piece, we are in A-B form. Now the first appearance, of course, is the head. Let's listen to it right now. When we hear the head, you'll hear the A section and the B section. Now notice there's a little melodic alteration that I inserted at the end of the head there. A little upward momentum to contribute to some interest at the end of the phrase. Now, the second chorus is also A-B. This one consists of a trombone solo, and he does a great job shaping that melody and providing a lot of dynamic contrast. Let's listen to that second chorus right now. Okay, at this point it gets more interesting. We just did the A-B section twice. There's A minor on the A-B sections is the key that we're in, A minor. Next we have a C section, and that's in the parallel major in A major. It's played on the vibraphone. Now the vibe solo can be either jazz or it can be played as written. I wrote out the solo for the Budapest band, and that's what the vibe player is doing, the written out solo. But if you have a jazz player who plays vibes, all the better. Let's listen to this too. Wasn't that nice? I really like the sound of the vibes. Now it gets even more interesting. We are going to modulate, and we're going to modulate from A minor up to B flat minor, 1/2 step. Now for that we use the F7 sharp 9 chord going to the B flat minor 9th chord. Let's try that one time here, just to demonstrate. Here is the F plus 9. So you've got 1, 7, 3, 5, 7 plus 9. And then it resolves to the B flat minor 9th. So you got B flat, D flat, C, D flat, F. Now what's interesting about it is, if you're listening, you kind of realize, hey, there's something interesting going on. What is that? What actually happened there? It doesn't hit you over the head. It's a strange kind of a thing. It's like you suddenly get slapped in the face, but with a velvet glove. You think, gee, I could feel something, I could hear something. But the way we tried to present that would be in a way to make it subtle, where you'd get a chance to kind of wonder for a minute, where are we going with this? It's up 1/2 step. And another thing that happens, the samba rhythm switches over to a swing rhythm on the modulation. Let's give a listen. All right, now we're at the point where there's going to be something really different. In this next section, I wrote a short brass chorale in D flat major, the relative major. I felt that it provided a nice kind of refreshing contrast and some tonal variety. I want you to hear that right now, brass chorale. All right, you can hear the closing group coming up here. We start with the A theme again with low brass punches to drive it home. There's one final modulation here up to the deadly serious key of B minor. This sets up a big finish, and you're going to hear at the end a real trumpet shout as it drives the piece home. I want to thank all of you for listening, and please remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you'd like to purchase the chart, there's a button to order it from J.W. Pepper. I'm Ned Kantar, and I thank you for coming, and I wish you all the best.